How did you make that? Like how?
You have to fully hit it at a slight angle, because then it brings you up to the... Like, if you go straight at it, you just land back. But if you go at a little bit of an angle, you actually have some forward momentum. But if you do it too much, you obviously fall to the side. So that's the tricky part.
Yeah, it's always tricky.
Tricky dicky.
Tricky Dicky.
I thought it was Tricky Vicky.
Well, Tricky Ricky isn't here today, so now it's Tricky Dicky.
I thought Tricky Dicky was the name for Nixon.
It was. Is. Has been.
It is indeed. Mostly thanks to that very infamous interview he gave.
Right?
I'm not a crook.
No, the one where he was rambling for 2 hours straight. Well, the journalist was just sitting there with an exasperated look on his face, thinking, what the hell have I gotten myself into?
Right.
Alright.
American politics for you.
Politics.
Politics in general. Don't forget that Rutte can also just whine on and on and on.
Yeah.
That he can.
Indeed. Less politics, more D&D.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know the same.
Also politics.
So, who remembers where we left off last session?
I was getting ready to open the gift from the gods.
You were, indeed.
I thought you were the gift from the gods.
I know.
Only for you.
Hard.
Which means he's gonna unzip Jummy.
So we're trying to be serious here. I mean, come on.
I'm sorry.
Are you serious?
Of course not.
We were just delivered a package and in a box. Getting ready to open.
You're getting ready to open the box.
Oh, the thing from Strahd, right?
Mm-hmm.
DM, was it the guy in the black carriage that we saw before that delivered it?
He was the guy that he was in the carriage and he just
Yes.
put off the box, put it down and said, see you later, guys.
But, like, I remember the first time that we saw him, I thought he had a different voice, but that's my confusion then.
No, the first time, like the very first time you saw him, he didn't say anything. He just put down a
That's true.
basket and took the cart and booked it.
Yep.
And you saw him at the dinner where he brought the wine and Bax had a full-length conversation with him in the castle.
Yeah.
So now you guys are standing in front of this box. At least Strider is. I mean Zucked. And he just opened it. Zucked, as you open this box, you see it's a very large box. And right at the top of it, you see straw. A straw bedding. And on top of this straw bedding is your brother. Though it isn't the full-sized human form of your brother. It's the doll that you got from Blinksy.
Ah, sweet.
Well, you say sweet, but as you look closer, you can tell that its head, as you pick it up, is severed from its body. You grab for the actual midriff of the doll, and its arms, legs, and head just remain in the coffin. It's been quartered. What do?
I pick up all the pieces.
Well, you pick up the legs gingerly and the arms gingerly, and you go to pick up the head almost reverently, like this is your brother's head. And as your fingers curl around it, you try to pick it up. It doesn't budge, it doesn't move. And you try one last pull, and it comes up a bit, but under it you see a hand clutching the head. You hear a growl, you hear a voice familiar yet icy cold, and then another voice familiar, icy cold, as they say in unison, "Let's party." Roll for initiative.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Guys, this is our first fight back together.
Hooray, we're getting
Right.
the band back together.
In front of you stand two familiar faces. You recognize Killian, the man that killed you. But he's not himself anymore. His face, his visage is pale, and he has very pointy canine teeth. Next to him is another familiar face, Bjorn the Bard. Bjorn gets a attack of opportunity on you, Joe.
Yeah.
And uses its claw against you. Hits and does 9 damage. Trish, you're up first. What do? You cough.
That was me.
I will cast Chill Touch on. Which one was it that attacked Sukkot?
The right one, Bjorn. This guy.
Then I will cast Chill Touch on him.
Well, he dodges and smiles at you.
And I take a step to the side to allow others to pass.
All right.
And I end my turn.
Bax.
Can I ask where Gary is?
Well, he's not here, but if you want to summon him, you can.
Well, I would have left him somewhere, I guess. Can I see Killian from where I am? Godfrey.
Yeah, Sir Godfrey, but you're taller than Sir Godfrey, so you can just see him
So
over
I
the
can
head of Sir Godfrey.
And I can tell that Killian doesn't look himself, right? That he's a vampire.
Well, give me a perception check.
Okay. Wasting
You're
my good vote here.
fairly certain that he is indeed not himself anymore.
Then enraged at the fact that my friend has been ravaged in such a way, I will run towards him very difficultly because I can't. My mouse is fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And I will try and release him from his curse by hitting him.
repeatedly on the head.
You have to bear with me because this mouse really is screwed. Right. So straight up attack, and then my other attack, and I will use my last level 1 spell slot for a smite.
Mm-hmm.
And then attempt to release him from his curse.
Well, you can see that your sword like embeds itself in his neck, and usually this would be the end of it for a normal human, but he doesn't bleed. And as you pull back your sword, he just smiles at you.
Does it look like it hurt him at all?
Well, it hurt a little bit.
Right. I will release you from this curse.
Strider, what do you do?
Strider is muted.
As a true rogue.
Right.
Ranger, yeah.
I attacked the Bjorn one.
Alright.
If I set all this up correctly.
Let's see. You hit him with your battle axe.
And then hit him again. No, I don't. Missed.
On your second attack, he dodges.
That is it for me.
Serve him.
Yes. Let me... No, that's the wrong one. This one. I will step forward here. And Seraphim is... Like, Seraphim hasn't seen these two guys ever since Baba Gisa. So, slightly confused. He's thinking about what Killian would do in this situation. But seeing Killian in front of him, the confusion is that he's about to use Spirit Guardians against his former friend. It's going to put up an aura around me, 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And on the start of their turn, they will take the save. And I'm putting an effect on them, for which I assume it will automatically work on their turn. Expanding third level slot, and that's going to be my turn. Did that work? It did not. I'm gonna apply it myself then. Whose turn is it now?
It's Vampire Spawn Bjorn's turn.
He succeeds, so he takes no damage.
Alright. He looks...
Oh, sorry, he takes half. I'll apply it.
Alright.
There you go.
It's radiant damage?
It is.
God damn. He uses his claw attack against Zucket, hits,
I've been thinking for a while about this, DM.
and uses a bite attack against Zucket, also hits. Which means that Zucket is now grappled by Bjorn. As he moves back with Zucket in tow. Back, so you get a attack of opportunity.
I will try and hit him so he'll release Strider. I mean, sorry, Suckid.
Alright.
That's also my reaction for this turn, isn't it? God damn it!
It is. It is
You
your reaction.
sneaky little bugger. I know what you're doing.
I know. And that was 5 feet or 10 feet, so he moves back just a bit further, which means next up is a vampire spawn's turn.
Spirit Guardians.
Indeed.
He also succeeds, but still half. Whew!
That's 8 radiant damage. It uses its claw attack against our good friend Bax, but it just glints off the armor. Tries again, and also glints off the armor. And he breathes in heavily. And his eyes glow red as Sir Godfrey moves in, pushes Seraphim, like he shoulders checks Seraphim, runs up and tries to attack this creature. Hits. And uses what was it again? Oh yeah, there we go. Is this it? No, this is not it. Oh shit, I don't remember how to do this. Oh, I remember now. He does 23 damage, which is partially resisted. And tries to attack again.
I have a theory as to why they may have lost the war against Strahd.
Yes. Tries to do a smite again.
Wait, you can smite twice a turn?
Mm-hmm. It's not action.
No, but it's a spell, and you can only use one spell a turn.
Well,
No, I can use smite every attack if I want to.
It's a spell
Okay.
added on to a hit, is what
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, okay.
Tricky Ricky says nope, runs away.
Wait, what?
He's not here, so I'm not gonna play him. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Trish.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. What do you do?
I just assumed it was role played that he would flee right
No,
now. So
no,
I was
no.
like, oh.
It's not. It's more like he's not here, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my spider climb ability to climb on this roof, or
Yep.
what I assume is a roof.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna take out my fancy new bow and sneak attack on Bax.
On backs?
Or not.
Oh,
or on
poor backs.
Killian, apologies. Sorry. What am I? Never mind. Yeah, miss. So that's all I can do. End my turn.
Seeing that Suckid is being carried off, and I'm not keen on allowing this to happen again to me, as I've just got him back, I reach for the necklace around my neck, hold it up, and I use one charge to cast Hold Vampire.
All right.
Any vampire within 30 foot of me has to make a saving throw.
That's neat.
I know.
Nice.
I'm just trying to find what saving throw is. Sorry, the clicks are really slow. I'm very sorry. As an action, you can expend one charge to present the holy symbol to make it flare with holy power. Vampires and vampire spawn within 30 feet of the holy symbol. When it flares, must make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. On a fail save, a target is paralyzed for 1 minute. It can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turn to end its effect on itself.
Wisdom saving throw.
DC 15. On both of them because Beyond's within 30 feet.
Well, that's a natural 1 for Killian.
Oof.
Oh, and yeah.
And that is a natural 15 for Bjorn.
Does he make it on the?
Tie goes to the one rolling.
Okay, so he wins, right?
Yep.
And I can't use one of my inspirations to make him roll that again.
You can certainly try, but
Yes, please.
if you cannot use your inspirations, well, yeah, you could. Yeah.
Technically, it's not on myself, is it? So.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
using it on a.
Well, he rolled an 18.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Dang.
I would use another. Oh, can I use one more?
No, 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 no,
Damn
no,
it.
no,
Now
no,
I'm
no,
trying to
no,
take
no, no.
you. Okay, well, Killian is now paralyzed, which means that any melee attack against him is an auto crit.
All right, let me.
Wait, he's what? Paralyzed?
He is paralyzed for 1 minute.
That's sick,
Any
dude.
melee attack, I know. Any melee attack against him will auto crit.
paralyzed.
They
So-
also fail saving throws, right?
Mm-hmm. But he can make another DC 15 saving throw at the end of this turn. That is my turn because I can't do anything else.
Right, Zuck,
I'm coming for you. Suck it.
you're grappled. Give me a strength check. Apparently, Trish is disguising herself.
I'm trying to set up the spell save DC for that. Ignore me.
Zuck, you are no longer grappled.
And that's my action. Right?
That's your action, indeed.
Yeah. Okay. So then, I walk. Even though he'll get an opportunity of attack, I still try to get back closer to the group.
All right. I will use a claw attack on you, which hits, and he goes for damage, not the grapple.
Oof.
And I will make you move. Seraphim.
Yes. I will. I'll do it this way. Would you say they are both within the circle this way?
Sure.
I'll
Can
move.
you give me the spell description?
Yeah, sure. They get damaged the first time they enter the circle or start their turn in the circle. Oh, and I forgot to mention, their speed is halved within the circle.
Yeah, I took notice of that. Alright, you can designate. Yeah, you can target it. Alright.
Yeah, I can tell whomever is or not affected by it.
Yeah. Alright.
And, like, I just assume you and I know that I'm not targeting my allies.
Well.
I will say so otherwise.
Alright.
I am going to do something that I have not really, like, we've not done before, really. And that is, I am going to take the dodge action, which gives enemies disadvantage on attacks on me, and I get advantage on dexterity saving throws. So basically, I'm preparing to get hit. It's something that's like in the basic rules, and we never use.
Indeed.
I didn't know that was the thing.
It's the dodge action.
Yeah.
And because I have the thing set up already, I can take my action to do that. Let's see, do I have anything else to do? No. That is going to be my turn.
Alright.
He's going to take damage.
Well, some. but let's see. Oh yeah. He succeeds on his saving throw.
Still half.
Still half. A whopping 4 damage.
Radiant damage.
Still 4. He runs up and again tries to claw at Zuckid. Hits.
Dang, Zaki. Not again.
And tries to bite Seraphim.
With disadvantage.
Tries to bite Seraphim twice. Well,
Well, he drops the crit, didn't he?
he drops a
Yes.
crit. So it's not a crit. Let's see if this works. No.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Did it do my. Wait.
Oh, it did the full thing. So that's 5.
But it did the critical now.
That's what I said. Give me a second. So that's
Oh, sorry.
9, 11 less damage on you. Which
But-
what?
My con save. How much damage was it?
It was 16 damage. 17 damage. No, 14 plus 3. Yeah, 17 damage.
Well,
Oh, that's wrong. 17. Yeah.
I think I would lose my.
Concentration.
Yeah, that means I lose my concentration. Still.
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah, so no more spirit guardians, baby. And that's its turn. As Vampire Killian, his eyes still glow red. And he breathes, and as he breathes out, a sort of mist exits his body.
Can he do that paralyzed?
It's breathing. It's not an action. It's an action he did last turn. And like streams of reddish mist fall down from his mouth on the ground, spreading. Sir Godfrey tries to attack.
He gets an auto crit because he's paralyzed.
Oh.
Any melee attack against the paralyzed target grants auto automatic crit.
Automatic crit.
Nice.
Bam! Tries to hit again. Automatic crit. Ba-ba!
The sound.
I know.
Trish, what do you do?
Well, upon seeing that Killian has just died, I will turn towards Vampire Bjorn.
Mm-hmm.
Move a bit, so I stand on the top of the roof. And I am going to cast Chill Touch on him.
You have to target him first.
I
Oh, you did.
think I did. Yeah, I just dropped it on him.
Alright.
Wait. Why did it do it twice?
Yeah, you're not
Because-
ranged in melee.
Because
What?
one of your allies is in front of you.
Does it know that?
Yes.
That is insane. Oh hell yeah.
Wait, what?
One of your allies is in the path of your attack.
Holy crap, that is awesome.
Okay, so that gives us a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Wait,
alright.
this is new? Like,
Yeah, it's
don't-
obviously a new module, right?
It is, and even with an 8, you would have still missed.
Did I drop an 8?
Yep.
I don't even see it. But okay.
That's fucking
Um,
awesome.
Does it take into account terrain?
No,
But wait, it just gives you cover when someone is in between, right?
I know. This is... I don't know what happened. I'm just trying to roll with the punches here.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay, well,
Thank you.
Well, okay, well, that's fine. But in that case, I'm gonna move around, and I'm gonna move up to this part of the roof.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And well, they don't do range to this, so this doesn't matter. Yeah.
But can you... No, can you try one more thing for me?
Yeah.
Can you actually target Bjorn right now? And
Yes.
then try to roll?
It's
Ah,
still
still-
running advantage.
Alright. Weird. Bax!
I would like to move here. Oh, there. While going around, I've still got 10 feet, but I'll move around Godfrey as I get this side of Bjorn.
Indeed, but as you're doing so, you're walking and you feel that this mist on the floor that escaped from Killian's mouth, it is doing something to you.
Hang on, before you do anything to me, let me just put on Aura of Protection, because I feel like this might be... Oh, come on! There you go.
You succeed. And you move here.
And it's Bjorn facing Seraphim, right?
Yeah.
So as I go to hit him, I just whisper, "You remember me?"
All right.
I got to...
Don't do the advantage button.
Okay.
Just try to attack him right now.
Okay.
oh, nice.
Fucking love this module.
Automatic flanking.
I'm sorry, the person that used to be Bjorn, or the artist formerly known as Bjorn. And then I'll come back round for my second attack. Oh, God,
Natural
nat 20.
fucking 20.
Oh my
Nice.
God. Right.
All right.
Hang on. I really want it. I'm going to put a level 3 smite on this
Mm-hmm.
because it's rude not to. So it'll be 2 more D8 on. Oh, hang on. Press one button. It'll be 2 more D8 on top of this. Fuck off. Wait. Was it that one? Yep. Yeah. And then that. That's a lot of dice.
That's a lot of whammy.
Is he still not dead? Oh wait, there's 2 more D8 on top of that.
Why is there 2 more D8 on top of that?
1 more D8, so. That's not even a D8.
So
because it's
that's
level.
2.
No, it's 2 more 2 D8.
Why?
It's level 3. It's level. I cast it as a level 3.
But-
every level above level 1 is an extra D8.
But you got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, because it was a crit. It was a crit.
All right.
Actually, it would be 4 more D8 on top of that. It'd be that double because it was a crit.
Well, let's just say he is thoroughly dead.
Oh.
Is that your turn?
Yes. Sorry, I'm just sad that the bard has passed.
Mm-hmm. Zuck, what do you do? As you
Wonder
look
what's
back,
happening if it pops
as you
up
look
again.
back, the mist is boiling up.
I walk this way.
Walk this way.
And as you're walking, you feel something tugging at you, but it doesn't reach you.
And then I cast second wind on myself.
Mm-hmm. A whopping 7 HP.
Walk a little further. Then that's
Right, Seraphim, what do you do?
Am I? Did I see Zucket getting attacked as he moved away from the, like an attack of opportunity?
No. There, for some reason, like you saw tendrils of smoke reaching out to him.
Yeah.
But you get the feeling that he was just too far away, and you're quite away the same distance.
Yeah. Okay. So, is this like important to know what's there, because the fog of war stops there? I want to see where I'm moving.
Well, in that case, there you go.
Okay. I'm going to move past Bax here.
All right.
Yeah.
Killian stands up, tries to attack Sir Godfrey. Once, hits, does slashing damage, tries again, but with a bite attack. Hits. And
It's gonna be an
does-
infinity fight again, DM.
Depends on the damage you do.
Between Godfrey and the...
I can do this all day. I can do this all day.
Yes.
No, I can do this all day. No, I can do this all day. And that's its turn. The fog moves
Oh shit.
and uses a thing on Sir Godfrey.
I think.
A thing.
Wash it first.
Sir Godfrey, you see the tendrils reaching out to Sir Godfrey, and he takes 13 damage. You want to know how this looks like?
Yep.
Kind of how
just
I
like
imagined it though. Sir Godfrey's got more hair than I thought.
He did. Sir Godfrey tries to attack this mist. Hits. And uses a third level smite on this thing.
Blam.
Blammo!
Oh, that did a lot.
It did. And it tries to attack on the downswing Mr. who is still dropped to 16, so that's okay.
Wouldn't we be flanking it? Because I'm on the other side of it.
No, not the
I suppose
spawn.
Not directly opposite.
Not
side,
the
am I?
spawn. And also uses a...
Oh, I think it's because he's still paralyzed.
Yeah, I fixed it. It's no
That-
worries. Don't worry about it. Uses a staggering smite on this buddy here. And that's a whole lot of damage. And that, my friends, was psychic damage, which is not good. Trish, what do you do?
let me measure something out really quickly. Yeah, I'm going to move across these roofs. Oops. For 50 feet. That's 5 too much. So back
Yeah,
there.
you get 5 just
Use-
because it's you.
Yeah. Yep. Yay.
All right.
thanks. Using
did your
using my
movement.
using my cunning bonus action to dash,
Uh-huh.
and now can I cast Chill Touch on a corpse
You can certainly try.
because it stops them from regenerating hit points for a round.
You can certainly
What's
try.
the range?
120 feet, so that's no problem.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
Oh, really?
And you see the body of vampire Killian freeze and just break in little pieces.
Wow. Okay, that went better than expected.
With a natural
Okay.
20,
Right. Okay, I'm gonna call at the end of my turn.
Bex.
When Godfrey was attacking the swarm, did it look like he was hurting it at all?
Well, yeah.
Okay. If I move myself around here in the hopes that I might get a flank, can you flank a swarm?
You can. Well, you cannot really flank a swarm. But as you're starting your turn there, you feel the tendrils licking at your feet, but again, they fail to find purchase.
Not today. Maybe today. Definitely today.
You try to slash at this mist, but it just dodges in its
Why
mist
won't you
form.
stand still?
Your attacks.
Suck it, don't watch. That's my turn. Oh wait, no. Hang on. Yeah, okay, no, that's my turn.
Seeing everybody trying to fight this thing off. Instead of running, I run up to it.
You're still targeting yourself, by the way?
Thank you.
Yep.
Suicide. I can deal
You
with
shall
it.
take me alive.
Yes, quite literally. Nice.
Jesus Christ, is that plus 15?
That's not the Zuck I used to know.
Well done, Suck. That's the deadliest thing you've put down in your adventure career.
DM, is Bjorn's body dealt with, or is it still laying about there?
Oh, I smite the shit out of that. He's
Well-
not going back up.
Both bodies went down by either radiant or some other form of damage that prevented them from regenerating.
Can Seraphim, try to understand what this cloud was?
Yeah, sure. Give me a knowledge planes. No, Arcana check.
While he's doing that, I'll walk up to Suck and I'll place my hands on him.
Right.
17.
You have read some things somewhere, and you know that this is known as a vampiric mist, a Hail Mary that some vampires and vampire spawn can excrete, taking some of their life force away. But excreting a reddish mist that is like an ally to them. And,
Okay.
well, kind of life drains everybody around it if they fail their Constitution saving throw.
And like you say, they do this as a last resort, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Does it take anything from them before they do so? Like, is it a negative for them to do this?
Yes, but even with a 17, you do not know what would be negative. Like, you didn't have the time to actually like
Like,
this
take
is
a closer look.
yeah,
What is happening?
basically. This is the first time you've seen this.
Yeah.
But you get a feeling that it won't be the last time.
Yeah, I tell this to the rest of the group, so we should be careful when dealing with vampires and their spawn.
Zuckert, do you need some healing on top of that?
Yeah, I place my hands on
Yeah.
him and I give him 10 points to lay on hand. And say, you must be more careful.
Good to finally put him down again.
But it
I'll
feels
do-
strange getting revenge on the one who killed
Yeah.
you, right?
Bittersweet.
I'll do
Oh,
a
man,
second
Lillian.
level
The other
cure
hand, it wasn't.
wounds.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to give yourself 10 points as well on top of that. Down 50.
Just curious, does my healing actually work on Zuckert?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't
Well,
it?
the problem is, like, is this a cure wounds? Is it a touch spell or?
It is touch, yes.
Yeah. So as you touch him, you feel his body being cold. Like, there is
Yeah.
no form of body warmth coming off him. But you do see that the wounds, although they are not bleeding, they do slash his skin. And those wounds kind of heal, for lack of a better word. Because you instantly know that his body is that of an undead.
That's exactly why I'm asking.
Mm-hmm. And you
Well,
look at Sir Godfrey,
continue.
look at Zuckert, look at Sir Godfrey, look at Zuckert.
Yeah, there's similarities.
Indeed.
Can I
I'm glad my magic still works on you, Zaki.
Yeah.
can I walk over to Beyond's body
Mm-hmm.
and start asking him, who sent him? Who sent you, Bjorn? What happened to you?
And as you're asking this, you don't really get a reply.
Bjorn, I mean it. I need answers. Did Strahd do this to you? Did he send you here?
Again, no reply. And
He's
it's-
going to be a tough nut to crack.
Indeed, and it's weird because like you're putting up your sternest voice to him.
Now you listen here, Bjorn. You better answer me.
It's like he's not even responding here.
I move up
I
the-
can't. Here, go.
Max, he's
I
dead.
move, I move up to Bax and I like grab him by the shoulder and it's like he's dead, Bax.
He's dead,
Right.
Max.
He's
Wait, wait. Are you sure?
quite sure.
Okay, I'll let him off this time. I walk over here while calling out for Gary, because I know I left him
Yeah.
somewhere.
DM, what remains of their bodies? Is it like, did they turn into ash, or is there like just limp bodies?
There is basically limp bodies, but as time progresses, you can see that their bodies are turning into ash.
Like, and their complete bodies, or do their skeletal remains
No,
remain
they're
there?
complete bodies.
Can
Okay,
I go? Sorry, go on.
No, go on. No, go on.
Can I check Gillian's pockets to see if he's carrying anything useful?
For sure you can. And as you're checking the pockets, it's not like anything useful is even there at the moment.
I'll check Bjorn's.
Until he rose the loot table. Can I have a look at the box that the dough was in as well,
Sure.
please?
What's in the box?
Well, I'd like to cast Mend and see if I can repair the dough.
All right. So which actions do you want to do first?
But do the loot in first.
Gary Saunders over.
Wow.
Stay close, Gary. There might be more about.
Like I was zoomed enough in that, like the square he stands in is the edge of where my zoom goes. So you say this and this fucking snail comes in there.
It's just my steam.
Yeah.
Well, he's fast for the type of
He's
steed he seems to be.
Was there anything on Bjorn's body, DM?
Just his loot that was broken.
Oh dear. Broken
What?
loot. Meh.
What do you mean?
No.
His
instrument. Yeah.
The music instruments.
Yeah.
Oh jeez, I was LOOT in my mind.
Yep.
I was like,
All
same
his
broken
loot is broken.
Yeah,
down-
why? Like,
Yeah, same cell. Same.
Down to the last ball bearing. Cut straight in half.
I just walk over and just put my foot through it just one more time. Just to double make sure that, oh no, whoops.
this is not gonna be coming back.
Did you remove the poison darts from it?
I'm immune to poison, so it's fine.
As I see Bax checking the box, I'm gonna move away a little bit towards Gary, give him a pat on the head, but also a bit anxious about what Bax might find in that box.
Be careful, my friend. We don't know what's in there.
Well, we know what just came out of it.
Yes.
Can I try and cast Mend on it?
On the box?
Oh, after, after Trish, because Trish was doing looting first, right?
Well, Trish tries to look through this box, and Trish, give me a investigation check.
Yeah, okay.
You look through this thing, and it's like so much hay. But you dive in there, dumpster diving, and you feel that maybe there is something to be found here, but you're not quite sure. And then you find something.
Pew 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 pew
Jesus Christ, how many dice?
That's
Yeah, loot tables are always like 5 layers of rolling.
indeed. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Like first it goes like money, then how much money by the hundreds, tens, singles.
Yep,
Then it goes
indeed.
items,
I'm over
magic
there with him.
items, yes, no. Like it's
But you do find something, and it's tucked in one of the corners, and it's a vial of red liquid that glimmers when agitated. And you know instantly that this is a potion of healing.
I take it out and I hold it up to the party. Why would Strahd give us a healing potion?
Maybe it fell out of one of their pockets. Vampires
Yes,
aren't the cleverest at things.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I trust this. Do you want to have it?
No,
Well,
but
maybe it was for the spawns, so they could heal
Yes.
up after they
that's
killed
what
us.
I mean. Maybe it fell out of one of their pockets. Why don't you give it to Godfrey?
The spawn heal up by themselves, don't they? Why would they need a potion of healing?
Oh, maybe they
drink it.
like the taste. I don't know.
It's red.
Maybe to give them wings. Here, let me try and mend this doll for you.
You mend it, and it's like in a horror movie. Like all the 2 legs just and the arms.
The eyes go like.
And one of the eyes was loose, and it just and the head is attached by itself to the body. And I imagine you give it back to Zucked.
I do indeed.
Zucked, give me a perception roll. Or investigation, whichever is better for you.
Is this famous brother that you keep talking about? The handsome one?
Yep, that's my brother.
He looks like a legend. I wish I could have met him.
Ah, he was a legend. Two are very similar.
Same, but different.
You would have hated each other.
Still same.
Same.
Zuck, you get the feeling that this doll winked at you, but you're not quite sure.
Either way, it's my brother. I take it back.
All right.
You know what's strange, Sucket? We found another of Blinksy's dolls on the road, I believe, but this one, it's a hand puppet. Wait, let me grab it.
And I open my backpack, cast Mage Hand to grab it out of there. Like from the head, not sticking my head in there.
Wait, look! Didn't I also find one on the road coming back from the castle?
You should burn that thing.
But it looks like Strahd, this one. Isn't that strange?
That's why you should burn it.
Well, but maybe there's some use to it.
I think you should burn it.
Why?
Because it's ugly.
Sucket, we don't burn everything that we find ugly.
Some things you should.
I look over at Godfrey. They're not talking about you, Godfrey. Don't you worry, my friend. I won't let them burn you. We paladins must stick together. Though I must say I'm a bit confused with your combat skills against vampire spawn. I'm surprised that your killer blow there the first time round, you forgot to use some sort of radiant damage. Keep it down.
Well, didn't want to rain in your parade, Bax.
Oh, I am but a mere student.
Please do. Please rain on our parade with radiant damage all over.
I for one appreciate good radiant damage.
Yes, don't hold back at all, like at all.
It's an art. It's what we're known for, is it not?
I didn't want to be the one that killed your friends because you might resent me.
They were not our friends. They were abominations.
Wait,
Why?
you assume...
Because they were undead?
No, because they were vampire spawn. Don't you put words in my mouth. They're vampire spawn.
I'll put something in your mouth, young man. That came out wrong.
Again.
I don't... Okay, I'm done with this conversation.
Me too.
Bax,
What's up? Yes.
I walk
No.
a bit towards Gary.
Bax, oh,
I walk around Gary. Wow.
Washing his mane.
Bax, you said you also found one of these dolls on the road?
I still hold it by the head.
I believe so, yes. I recall coming back from Strahd's castle on my way to Vallaki, and I came across, if I remember, a lot has happened since then. I remember coming across a doll on the ground.
Did you
Don't
pick
think
it
it was-
up or?
Don't. I honestly can't remember. I can't stress to you just how much has happened since then. I had
understand.
a very, very terrible dream, and I'm a bit concerned. And I'd be honest, I'm finding it hard to keep track of anything.
Yeah, I have the same.
I do.
We've been
feel
here
that-
for such a short time, yet so much has happened.
I feel that I haven't been completely honest with you, and when you were talking about it a minute ago, before this hoopla, that I too have had a dream about this temple, and I feel that it is somewhere that I really do need to go see first. Like I believe it's somewhere that we should head directly to.
Why the change of heart all of a sudden?
I recall a dream that I had one night past, and it chills me to my soul, and I must seek answers.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. I think many of us want to go to the temple, right?
I don't know so
Understand.
much about want to, but I need to.
I see everyone nodding.
Well,
Yes.
Sorry, is everyone?
first,
I haven't got a camera.
a first for everything. We all agree to go to the same place. I'm getting chills over my body, I have to say.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay!
Let's go to this silly place called Temple.
Called Tim.
Some call him Tim.
Oh,
I
finally
say we
have
do. I say we cut to a cut to
a shrubbery.
montage.
Oh, montage.
We cut to a montage. Come, let us go.
Does anyone need to do anything in preparation before we go there? Are we
Sleep.
all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
just-
think we
just-
should indeed sleep right before. Yes.
What time
Just-
of day is it? Oh, sorry.
Now early morning because you just left. Like I imagine, like you woke up all at around 7.
Wait.
The first half of the party went to the abbey. Sorry,
Oh.
Sal?
Didn't it like both ways take? You said that it took like almost half a day to get up and then down.
Yeah, but you woke up very early in the morning, went to the
Mhm.
abbey, had your meeting with Zugged, tried to digging and
Mhm.
everything, and like in the afternoon-ish, like early afternoon, Bax came there. There was much rejoicing. Yay, yay.
Yay!
And you went down.
Somebody dropped off a buck.
And you had a fight which lasted exactly
12 seconds.
12 seconds.
Awesome.
Indeed.
You're welcome.
And now the sun is way past its zenith. It's getting darker. As Zucked has also conjured a skeletal warhorse.
What? Socket, what is this magnificent beast?
He's my phantom steed.
Wow,
Wow,
that
it-
was some fantasy voicing, Joby.
It looks like a giant W. I love it. Though I gotta say I'm a bit conflicted. I'll be honest, I am kind of at my limit to the undead things I could have around me. With yourself, with Godfrey, with your horse. I mean, there's only so much a paladin can take.
You
Before
know,
he snapped.
you know, your phantom steed also takes the form of a skeletal warhorse, right?
He's celestial and he is a majestic being. I will not have a bad word said about Gary. He is
Both-
the light of my life, the apple of my eye, and he is
Practice social
magnificent.
distancing.
Yeah, both
Wait,
of them are
I-
eating grass, and it just falls through their stomach.
I have an idea. Has anyone got an old shirt they're not using? I look around. It's only washing lines or anything with like clothes hanging out.
Yeah, there are a lot
I
of
go
washing.
and find myself like a large, like sheet or something, and
You find the largest granny underwear you can find.
I pull out my knife and I cut out 2 little circles. And I walk over to his skeletal warhorse and I place it around its head, with the 2 eyes as like peepholes for it to look through. That way, I don't, and I throw a sheet over it. I don't have to look at it. Problem solved. I look at Godfrey. I look at Godfrey and think, Godfrey.
Godfrey's like looking, looking like,
Where's mine?
How do you feel about accessorizing?
I love the idea, but
Tactically,
I can help you out.
Tactically, we could paint it green, and you could use it as camouflage.
Trish, you had an idea except the green camouflage thingy.
Ooh, well. No, the green camouflage actually sounds like the best idea.
Damn it! Okay, let's do this.
I just had an idea as well. I reach in my bag and pull out the bit of carpet I cut off and say, Trish, I completely forgot. I got you a souvenir from Strahd's castle. I'm sorry, I couldn't stop past the gift shop on the way out. But this is the best I could do.
It's beautiful, Max. It will get a special place in my living room when I get home.
I was so afraid
I wouldn't.
I was so afraid I wouldn't get to see shag pile. I was so afraid I wouldn't get to see any of you again. I needed something to remind me of each of you. And the bit of carpet is for you. Is for you, Trish.
Sir Godfrey looks expectantly at you, Max.
This head is for Sucked. Sucked is for you. I ran out of space. I'm afraid the carpet and the head kind of took up the whole space of my bag. But know that each of you were with me in spirit. And I am very glad to have you all back.
Well,
Seraphim.
let's have a small break, I think.
As in actually a break?
Yeah, because...
And Sir Godfrey moves to a bush, unzips his pants.
I'll be right back!
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves!
I want to give something to Bax. Like, we don't need to roleplay this necessarily. But one of the books that I found in Lady Fiona Wachter's house is called The Grimoire of the Four Quarters. It's a blasphemous treatise bound in black leather titled The Grimoire of the Four Quarters, written by the infamous diabolist Devastas, who was drawn and quartered for his practices, yet he did not die. Yes. So I thought this is prime evil-hating literature.
Bax is trying to keep an open mind, right? He's had to adjust his world views to accommodate his survival. If I completely and utterly stuck to my guns and be like, no, all dead things have to die, I'd be fucked because I'd have to kill Joe and I'd have to kill Godfrey.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to use Gary. You know, I have to adapt. And I'm not prejudiced. I'm just a racist. No, that's not right.
No, but this book...
I'm trying my best to like adjust my worldviews to accommodate the choices we have to make here.
Well, knowing what happens here, you kind of have to.
What happens in Barovia is gonna fucking stay in Barovia.
Speaking of
it's in the party sheet, by the way, Joby.
If you guys have anything that you can't read, I can read it.
Oh, Sal, I have an item.
Oh, if I didn't know Undead could be like this, I would never come back.
I have something, Seraphim. I was hoping you could have a look at.
Yeah, sure.
I'll pass it to you in just 1 second. I just need to also relieve myself. I walk over towards Godfrey.
That sounds disgusting.
I walk over to Godfrey and look over at him and just nod, and then I'll be back.
You look down.
Well, you could have. You thought he would pee at the same time I did, to keep everything going.
Yep.
Did you really think that was gonna happen?
I had hopes, high hopes.
Well, goodbye, Bjorn. We not really certain if you'll be missed.
What? Yeah, just give me something from the fridge then, please. Thank you. Coins. Before we go too far, I have a feature that I needed you to take a look at. Just sure I'm looking at it right.
Sure.
It's the Grave Touched from the Undead feature, from the Undead Warlock feature.
All right, let me see. Abilities. Where is it?
You have to go to the Undead.
Oh, the Undead. Yeah.
And then Grave Touch. It says, in addition, when you hit a creature with an attack and roll damage against that creature, you can replace the damage type with necrotic damage.
Yep.
But it says on the other one, while you are using your Form of Dread, you can roll 1 additional damage die when determining necrotic damage the target takes. So I'm kind of confused about that.
Well, what I think it is... so let's say you have a battle axe, which is... Wow, 13 slashing. Damn, Bon. It's another 1d8, I think. I would think.
It just adds 1 on?
I think so.
So then all my hits could be necrotic then.
What was the condition it said, Joe? When you?
Okay. When, just period, when I hit a creature with an attack and roll damage against that creature, I can replace the damage type with necrotic damage.
Yeah.
But then it says, while you're using your Form of Dread, you can roll 1 additional damage die when determining the necrotic damage the target takes. So the Form of Dread part almost seems like I have to roll again just to determine the damage. I have no idea.
No, I think what it means is that you have the option to change the
do the damage rolls again a second time.
No. I think what they mean is like you can change whatever damage you do into necrotic, right?
Right.
So I think what it says is when you do, and you are in your Form of Dread, then you can add another necrotic damage.
Oh, yeah, I was a little confused about it because on one hand it's like, okay, all my damage can be necrotic. Oh, that's fine. But then it says when I'm in my Form of Dread, you can roll an additional damage. But
yeah,
I get it now, like a regular in the Form of Dread.
Yeah, it's
added D8 or whatever.
But only when you are changing damage into necrotic. Like it's
Right.
a double if statement. If Dread form and changing into necrotic, add another. That's how I read it, at least.
That was the only thing I was confused about so far.
Just Joe, please don't use necrotic damage against vampires. Pretty please.
Metagaming!
Well, he would know.
He would know.
Seraphim.
He's undead himself.
Seraphim?
Yeah.
Yes.
Could you take a look at this for me? It's baffling me. It looks expensive.
Is it the eye patch?
It is. I found this eye patch and I was curious to what you make of it.
Do you want me to take a look at it now? It might take an hour or something.
Yes. I'm not sure if it's anything special.
Well, we could all maybe use a short rest in any case.
Well, an idea for the group, but there's been a lot of dillying and not a lot of dallying, so perhaps we should hitch up and make haste for this temple. We have 2 horses. Well, we have 2 horses and a cart, which I assume you have a horse pulling it along.
Now you say this, where is von Richten actually?
And he looks back like...
Wait, you've lost von Richten again?
Well, he just ran away.
Maybe he's gone to look after, is it Tony, the tiger?
Well, DM, we can catch up with von Richten again and use the cart, right?
Hello, here I am. What happened?
We were discussing travel arrangements.
Well, Bax, I could take a look at this while we are riding the cart and using the horses to all move. I think we...
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Yes. Yeah, I'll do that.
Would you like to ride bitch with me?
No, I prefer to ride Amazonian.
Okay. Sucked has space, I believe. There's only room on this horse for one man, I'm afraid.
I'm not wearing trousers.
Like I said, Sucked has space. Trish, would you like to come and ride with me?
I'd love to. If you wanna take a ride with me.
Take a ride in the gold cities, come ride with me. God, who is that? That's
Nelly. Hey, must be the money.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Who is that? Who's
Nelly.
That?
Nelly.
Of course it is. Trish, would you like to come and take a ride with me?
Yes, I'd love to.
Come, hold on tight. Hop aboard and we'll talk about the first thing that pops up.
DM?
Yep.
As we are going to move, I'm going to identify the 2 items that are under ZZ Identify.
Alright. ZZ top, baby. ZZ Identify. There is a black leather eye patch with a carnelian soon into it. It's just a black leather eye patch. I mean, The other one, give me an Arcana check.
Sure.
You look at it for quite some time and you know that it gives off the feeling of restoration. But you're not quite sure, and you look at it again. And then you turn it around. And you look, yeah, now I know. And it is this.
Oh, hot damn. That's neat.
That is neat.
Sorry, I've completely lost this conversation. What the hell has just happened?
Well, he tried to identify the ring, and it didn't work, and then he turned it over, and then he could identify it.
What the hell? Okay.
Goes on one way.
Holy fucking...
Uh-huh.
That... I just now read the second part. That's even better.
Are you going to share with the class?
Is anyone... Wait, is anyone missing body parts out of damage? Did someone lose an eye or something? What?
Sir Godfrey perks up. Huh? What?
I look at Sucked and say, I believe you've lost a little bit more than an eye.
This ring is very, very powerful. I found it, I believe, when we were digging up Zucket's body. Or, well, at least the previous owner of Zucket's body. This ring... I'm so impressed. You regain health every 10 minutes you are wearing it. So I would say one of our frontline fighters would be very well served with this. Zucket, I'm not sure how your new body is gonna suit you, but you are quite renowned for your ability to take damage, so... What do you guys think?
I believe this would be quite a valuable asset to frontline fighters. Being there's primarily only 3 of us, if we include Godfrey.
Yes.
I for one am happy to take it, but then again I'm also happy not to.
I haven't mentioned the last bit, which is even more impressive. If you lose a body part, it will regrow and give back its functionality after, at max, like 7 days.
I don't know how.
I feel like we need to try this out.
I go like this. Like, I wonder how often I might lose a body part or two.
Perhaps this might be of use to you then. We wouldn't want you falling apart on us. I just...
Again.
Sorry, the joke could not be avoided.
Or could we share this between the whole party? Like, for example, we now have a bit of time. Serafim, you say it restores health every 10 minutes.
Yes, it does. It does require attunement, so I believe you have. I believe you have to spend an hour attuning to an item.
Wait, Trish, you beautiful, beautiful creature. I think you've just solved our issue. You've just come up with a solution that we didn't even know we had. What is it we know about? What is it we know about Strahd? He can take the form of others, correct?
He's devilishly handsome.
Besides, who said that?
He's a decent organ player.
He has the ability. He has the ability to take the form of other people, correct?
Yes.
No, if I understand it, you've come up with a secret handshake. The secret handshake, I am afraid, well as it's a good idea, it could also fall in if anyone watches you do it. It can be imitated. So, here's a plan. We each chop off a finger. We each then wear the ring to regrow the finger, and we all have a bag with the 7 fingers in. I'm getting there. Give me a second.
Please continue.
Hang on. A second.
I'm curious to see where this goes.
We could then use the fingers in the bag with the fingers on us to see if they're identical. Thus, we would know that we are who we say we are.
It sounds a little bit gruesome, but it sounds waterproof indeed.
Well, negative inspiration for Bax.
No, that's thinking outside the box. It
is.
If anything, that deserves freaking inspiration.
It does.
There is also tools that we have, right, to solve a problem we don't actually exist. So
there's also one other problem we could solve. Well, not us, but Trish.
You are absolutely right. The abbot.
I dare not ask it of Trish, but I just want to give you the option.
Would it grow back eyes, though?
It takes one... If I would have to put it in a metaphorical sense, it would take 1d6 plus 1 days. It's like rolling the dice. Sometimes it takes a week, sometimes it takes 2 days. But it might, you know, like in the metaphorical sense, it might level us up, if you understand what I mean.
But it also would put Trish at a huge disadvantage for those 2 days.
Yes.
These days, the days here last very long. I feel.
Yeah, I feel that this, as well as it is a good idea, I think this might be. I mean, my idea was sound and quite sane, but yours is quite out there. So I think maybe we'll put that one aside.
It also robs us of the opportunity to use this ring on our frontline fighters. If I were to use it.
But it's not just our frontline fighters that could benefit from such a great gift, right? Any one of us. Because would it still work if, let's say, hypothetically speaking, one of us was reduced to, let's say, I don't know, 0 hit points? That's the thing people say, right? When you get knocked over.
Stop back. I have this feeling that I've sensed before.
I try to look around. Do I see anyone, DM?
You look around. No, you don't. But give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, my assumption is... Oh, well.
Indeed. Well, your assumption is indeed correct.
I try to... Like, do I sense direction from what you're telling me?
West.
With the natural 20?
Yeah, west. No, east. East.
Can I...
Oh, okay, yes.
Can I cast message to Sal and ask him why he told me to stop?
Well, this is all happening in that split second.
Well, sorry, Bax, for interrupting you in this manner.
And I look towards the direction. I sense this.
Someone that was responsible for this delivery is watching us as of now.
Are you doing this telepathically to me?
No, I'm telling the group.
Because I asked you telepathically, just to save you from saying that.
No, but this is, like, everyone needs to know.
Where is this person, Seraphim?
It's not a person. Strahd is using magic. He has done this before on me and on Zucket, I believe. He uses the spell, or... I do not know in what manner, but he is scrying on us as of now. Everyone say hello.
All the more reason.
Hi, Mr. Strahd.
I hold my brother up and shake him up and down and stuff like, look at me.
I will have vengeance in this life or the next, Strahd.
As you guys are talking to Strahd, indirectly, though yet directly, you hear the sound of thunder high overhead.
Oh, guys, the baby's gonna call down another storm.
Is it not time for us? Is it time for us to leave this place?
I look into the direction of the scrying, and I say,
Strahd, when you put Trish in front of a judge, you told me you wanted a little bit more excitement. Was it exciting to see your town burn, your peon burn? I hope you got what you wished for. You'll get more soon enough.
Just give us
a little bit of time.
What he said.
Oh, dang. And for that, you get inspiration, Seraphim.
Seraphim, did I tell you about this time that me and Suckit almost killed Strahd in his castle?
No, you haven't.
I think you'll enjoy this story. Come, I shall regale you with it on our way.
We have the right audience for that story. Please tell me.
I will on the way. Come, let's go.
Tell me, what are you guys doing?
I am lifting Trish up on Gary. We're going to...
I'm flying.
We're gonna. Did we settle on the lightning lure that I have? I can pull people towards me, but do I get to choose if I do the attack at the end of it or not?
I think we the full spell description say you pull and they get damage.
Okay.
If I recall correctly.
If they're within 5 feet of me, right?
Yeah.
I can pull them, and if they're within range, I hit them. Right. Okay. I best not do that to him. Then.
Her.
Sorry, her. I don't gender assume. I am a.
You kind of did right there.
Okay. Well, I am a modern. I'm a modern paladin. I pulled them.
Them they.
The same. Come, Trish. Let me tell you about this funny story involving a suit of armor and a very, very, very tall fall.
Ooh. Do tell.
Well, it started off, and I continue to tell him the story.
And as you guys are moving out of Kresk, some of you are on horses, spectral horses that look like skeletons, but spectral horses nonetheless.
He looks like a flying ghost that's dressed up for Halloween, covered it in a sheet.
Well, basically, it's just a face that's covered.
Wow. I see if I can find another bed sheet to throw over the back as well. Right? We're going full Casper the Ghost. Look, it's intimidating. We can draw like red stripes down it, make it go faster.
The razzle dazzle, yeah, like the warships in World War One. So you exit Kresk. And you are on the road again.
I can't wait to be on the road again.
Road again. After Kresk, what's the plan, people?
Right, Seraphim, what did you do with my eye patch?
I did not put it back in the party sheet.
So, did you find anything interesting about it?
No, it's not magical at all. There seems nothing special about it besides the craftsmanship. Sorry.
Thank you for taking the time.
No problem.
You guys are here. Way west on the map, Old Swallish Road, right here. What do you do?
The Amber Temple is to the south of us, right?
Yes.
Right. I do say, because we're in like a huddle, right, and we're regaling each other with stories of what's happened in our time apart. And I remind them that I say, as we're passing, I would like to just remind you that the mission I had given to me from Strahd was to cut down the tree at Yester Hill, which we will be passing. But forget that, I do have a score to settle with some of the inhabitants there. I'm sure Suckid would feel the same. Perhaps either on the way down or the way up, we could pay a visit.
Yeah, I think on the way back down, maybe. I have a strong feeling that we can get some answers. Temple.
No doubt. No doubt.
Cool.
Respect to the temple.
Yeah.
Trish, I forgot to tell you this other time in this bedroom in the castle. I had a small conversation with one of Strahd's husbands. I think he got the point of my message.
And then the point of your sword. Am I right?
And while Bax is telling this story, I'm gonna sneak in the potion of health into his backpack. The one we got, the one we got from the chest.
Nice. Would you mind taking over for a little bit? I feel like well, wait, are we stopping to camp? Because I really do need a rest. And my wife did not realize she just walked past the camera. Easy. Behave. Sorry, baby.
We should at least take a rest right before we enter the temple.
Oh, I'm just feeling a bit spent, is all, and I wouldn't want to face what's there on an empty stomach, so to speak.
And somebody should probably start attuning that ring.
Yeah, I gave it to Suckit. How close did we get to that road towards the temple? Is that like on the hand-drawn map? It looks a little bit different from the Barovia map. Is it the same road towards the winery?
Well,
the map's not that different, is it?
It's a bit different. But you're at Kresk. And as you're looking, you check this map and you see that the road towards the winery and the Yester Hill,
yeah,
it's a different road than the road on the map towards Mount Gakis.
The reason I'm asking is because we could go.
I tell everyone what Trish and I experienced in Vallaki about everyone moving towards the winery. And
we could rest there. They would be friendly towards us. And it would also give us the opportunity to have a look at what's going on right there. And then leave that place in the morning and head to the temple.
That's a good idea, Seraphim.
That
I'm in favor.
Yes, I too. I'm in agreement. I would like to just say, though, if we are going to be doing this course of action, that we all must agree that if trouble is to find us, that we all stand and fight together, and none of us tactically retreat, leaving others to their own fate. Because that has happened once or twice before, and I would hate for it to happen again. We are stronger as a unit, as our encounter earlier today has proven. Divided we fall, together we stand.
I agree to what you're saying, Bax.
And you see that Seraphim has like this slightly stern look on his face.
But to the extent that just as we decide to stand, as we all fight, in that case we should also all decide together to fight.
Sorry, the man in the sky appears to be taking a selfie.
He did. Indeed.
I believe that what you were saying is true, but sometimes things happen in the heat of the moment. And sometimes decisions can't always be... There can't always be a consensus on a course of action.
No.
But be that as it may, I respect what you were saying, but if something is to happen, we are better together. And then we sort out the consequences after.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want to go into another fight thinking that any one of you could abandon me again.
No. But in that case, understand me as... I'm trying to say this as truthful as I can. I will always stand by in a fight that we either can win or one that we picked. And as I've said before, I believe that the continuation of the knowledge of what has happened outweighs the complete survival of this group. And this might not be the most kind thing of me to say, but I have seen too much death around me to easily let myself fall prey to it. That is the only consideration that I have to escape a battle. And it's the only consideration I had when I saved Trish at Baba Lagisa's place. So, as far as I can, I will help you, Bax. I do not leave you out of disinterest or disloyalty.
I just want to know that I won't be abandoned again. I've given my life time and time again for each and every one of you. I throw myself at your dangers so that you may survive. And as it is a thankless task, I still would like to think that any one of you would do the same for me, regardless of the outcome.
Blood in, blood out, Bax.
Ride or die, my friend. Ride or die.
Cinderella, get yourself another fella.
Trust me that I have your life as my interest, Max. I just do not think that I can make the same promise back that you give me. And it's something that I regret, but it is something that life has put on my shoulders.
We will just have to see what comes.
Yes.
Come. Let me regale you of this story, how I made it rain vampire spawn. It's a funny one.
Terrapin sits back, like lounging.
You'll enjoy
eager
this
for
one.
this story.
Dr. Evil moment.
Do I still feel being watched, DM?
Well, it took about 10 minutes. So on the way to wherever you were going, after about 10 minutes, it stopped.
Oh, Max, you hurt his feelings. He's gone.
Oh, that'd be more than I hurt next time we encounter it.
I sure hope so.
I do not jest. Me and Zuckid, I do feel that we came very close to ending this curse of Strahd. Come on, I worked hard at that one. I didn't even get a boop, 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 boop.
I was just
It was
trying
very
to...
soft, yeah.
Oh, right. It looked like you were just like stroking the cat.
No. I was looking for it. Like I had to scroll down all the way. Do it again. Do it again.
I do believe that me and Zuckid were very, very close. And Bjorn, I will say that Bjorn was there. That we were very close to ending this curse of Strahd.
There you go.
One thing though, Bax, as attractive as it sounds to outright believe you, one thing.
Me?
Well, let me explain. One thing that bothers me is that
I look towards Zuckid.
Zuckid, do you remember the people we saw from the gravesite in the east going towards the castle?
Mm-hmm.
Those were all powerful people that tried to do the same. Yet they all perished. And I'm a bit anxious about the idea that the same thing that has happened to you has happened to them, giving a false sense of security of some kind. And I cannot shake off this feeling.
My friend.
Because he is the most powerful being in this land.
Let me get real with you here for a moment. Here, listen. You either got it or you don't. And we've got it. Everything in this life, I have come to realize there is always something bigger and badder. Always. And who's to say that we're not bigger and badder than Strahd?
There's always a bigger fish.
There is always. Misa thinks it's there's always a bigger fish.
Indeed. Thank you.
Did have him scared enough that he left mid-fight.
Bitch be tripping, is what my good friend is saying. I truly believe, given a moment longer, we could have vanquished our foe. I know it. I feel it deep in my soul. And the 12 other people that witnessed this, I'll show you the link on YouTube later, also would agree that we almost vanquished our foe.
Well, did he use any magic at all during that fight?
Yeah.
Turning to mist, I would say, was probably magic.
Phasing through the floor when he ran away.
What I don't think he realized or prepared for was the sunlight that I shone in his face. Or the ferociousness of my good friend here, Zuckid, unleashing fury on him with his 1 hit out of 5.
Wow.
If only he could hit. I swear, if Suckit had only opened both his eyes, Strahd would have been vanquished that day.
DM, could I
Bjorn
roll?
was
there. Could I roll while listening? Like, as a player, I've listened to what happened. So, like, at this moment, Seraphim is learning what happened. Can I roll anything to see if, like, my reservations hold any value to the story that they're telling?
Insight check.
Seraphim, I see that you're looking a bit perplexed. Can I just point out to you that I am quite literally trained for this task? My entire life has been dedicated to vanquishing not only evil, but vampires as well. I have taken an actual interest and dedication into vanquishing said evil. Is it hard for you to truly believe that I might know what I am doing?
No, Bax, I'm not doubting you. I'm distrusting Strahd, and I think that is my strength.
You believe Strahd was luring us into a false sense of security?
I do not know, and that is why I'm so...
I saw the panic in the Strahd's eyes. It was real. Oh, it was. It was real. I've watched the video.
What's up, DM?
Well, as you're saying that you are not doubting your party member, but you are questioning Strahd.
Yeah.
With a 17, you can surely tell, and exactly, like, Bax is saying, like, well, a false sense of security, and like, the moment he says this, it just clicks. Like, Strahd is a master of deception, manipulation, the art of war. It is right up his alley to appear weak when his enemy thinks it is strong.
Yeah.
Would you also not say that that would also maybe breed a bit of arrogance in the fact that maybe he wouldn't expect us to be so strong?
Well,
maybe he wasn't thinking that, like, he put himself in a position that allowed himself to get so hurt without thinking that we could actually do that kind of hurt damage.
That is surely possible. Like, as far as you know,
as far as
that
Bax
is
is concerned,
exactly what happened, indeed.
As far as I'm concerned, as far as Bax is concerned, him and Sakid, and Bjorn was there. I shout out to Bjorn. I believe Bjorn was running around his sofa at the time. I truly believe that me and Sakid were wailing on him pretty hard, and there was fear in his eye. I'd like to think there was fear in his eye.
Well, I would imagine you would like to think so, yeah.
Let me put it like this, Bax. Look at Sir Godfrey here. Look at von Richten.
He pipes up.
They are, in a sense, individually more powerful than we are individually. We have seen the abbot, and he washed our ears that day. They are all scared. They are all defeated by Strahd.
But what do they have that? What do we have that they don't have?
Well, I don't know.
The power of friendship.
I was going to say the power of Grayskull, but okay, we'll go with friendship. What did we have that they don't have?
I do not know. Tell me.
It. We have it. We have a common sense, a common goal. We have a fellowship. Can't say of the rings. We have a fellowship, and we have a brotherhood, and we are always, as I have said, stronger together. They all stand alone, whereas we do not. Plus, we just kick ass.
Well, we have heard the stories of other groups before us trying to do the same and all perishing.
I don't believe.
And maybe to have you understand on a more personal level why I'm reluctant. Remember that my father died doing the same. And I do not want to give Strahd the relish of having another of my kind die on his hands. So I will bring a little bit more carefulness before stepping into that fight. And that is what I'm doing.
I completely understand where you're coming from. But I would like to say to you, I wish for you to remember this conversation that we are having while we are having a toast over Strahd's dead body.
That I wish for.
Oh, it will happen. Remember this conversation.
I hope we're all there to remember it.
We'll be there in some sort of form, I'm sure. I can't guarantee I'll keep you all alive, but I can guarantee you his end is coming, one way or another. I'm going to use his skull as a cup while I take a toast over his body.
I lean.
Please, like, explain to me the logistics of this.
Oh, I'll chop his head off. I'll prepare his skull. I'll smash it. I'll rinse it out, and I'll take a drink out of it.
All right.
Have you never seen Drive Angry?
I have, but
and he drinks from the skull. I'm expecting his head to explode, and then like a chunk of his skull just land near me. We'll just see what happens with the god.
All right.
I lean into Bax and like softly whisper.
I just hope we don't have to deal with Sukkot trying to replace Strahd in the same manner.
I do not think that is his fate.
I hope it isn't.
I can only deal with what's in front of me. I try not to think past one evil dictator at a time, please. And
Indeed.
who's to say that someone of pure of heart couldn't take over? Besides, shall we make camp?
Well, at the winery.
If that is what you all wish for.
The winery that burned down?
The winery where the Sunkist went.
Yeah, but it burned down.
Yeah, but they're rebuilding a community there.
Wait, aren't we better off staying away from other people? Because any other person that
you guys all just said yes.
Yeah, I know.
Last time I proposed this.
But I've just been thinking about it, and the severed fingers thing has really got me thinking. Strahd could be anyone. We're better off staying away from people.
Tower's not far. Why can't we just go to the tower?
Yes, that is also... Well, that's actually an even better idea, yes.
But he knows of the tower.
Yes, but at the tower, there shouldn't be anyone else at the tower.
Exactly.
But aren't we better off just literally pitching our tent somewhere in the wilderness, away from prying eyes?
Well, the tower has an anti-magic field.
Wait, I get a sense that... All right, I'm getting a feeling from Lathander. He's shaking his head furiously. No, I will not be... No, I changed my mind. I believe the tower? I look to my god. The tower is a good idea. I stay at the tower. My god has spoken. Praise be, Jeebus, to Lathander.
So, consensus, guys. Where are you going?
Tower.
Yeah. The only thing like of value that would be added by going to the winery is that we get an idea of their progression, because those people a lot of them are our allies.
But what do you hope to gain from going there? Like there could be spies. Like I tell you of coming across that imp that was sent to spy on a Lady Wacht's behalf. How are we to know that there aren't more following those group of people?
No. We have seen that the Moon Touched remained in Vallaki, and they are considered spies to Strahd and the Lady Wachter. It is the Sunkist that hope to detach themselves from that. And a lot of Keepers of the Feather are, or all of them, I think, are Sunkist. So they are our allies.
But then, by your own admission, you have said that Strahd is a master tactician. Surely it wouldn't be a hard stretch for him to plant a spy within those ranks, or himself be even the leader of this Keeper of the Feather.
But Bax, it would not be hard for him to set that tower on fire. I mean, every destination has its what-ifs.
I believe staying away from people would be our safest course of action.
Well, in
my experience in this place, every time we've come in contact with people, somebody has died. Albeit generally it's them, but on the rare occasion it has been one of us.
Then the tower it is.
So you guys head to the tower. And I imagine that if we were here from Brickton would be adamant of going to the tower.
Oh yeah.
Telling
That's
you
actually a good point.
Quite, this is my tower, and I'm very proud of it. I confiscated it. I'm quite a kind of a squatter. It's mine now. And like he just, as you arrive, he just does like cheek, and the door opens.
Sorry, DM, I missed that. Could you just perform that for me?
I'll do it in slow motion.
Okay.
Cheek, 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 and the door opens.
I'll allow it.
Awesome.
You better allow it, because that's the dance. And the door opens, and you get inside, I imagine.
What time of day is it?
It's nigh on evening, like 8 o'clock at night.
You guys go inside. I need to think about something, and I need some fresh air and solitude to do this.
Can I do an insight check to see if Seraphim may be hiding?
Sure. Thank you, sir.
I was going to say.
Do I roll my deception check in any case?
Yeah, sure.
Insight. Oh,
wow. As far as you know, nothing awkward is happening here.
My
character's built around this shit, Joey.
I'd like to, like, as everyone's going inside, I'd like to just veer off the side. Bax has had a lot of people keep things for him recently, and he has come to realize that deception has cost him quite a lot recently in the last few days.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to hang around.
Believe me, though.
But it's not like I was believing you. I was to see if you were hiding something from me. I'm still curious as to why you're not, what it is that you're not coming inside for.
Can I do a perception check to notice whether I'm being followed?
Sure.
Okay.
Would you like me to do a stealth check?
Yes, a stealth check opposed, indeed.
With my disadvantage. Wow.
Oh, that's not high.
Unless I have some magnificent rows, you're going to see me.
Clink, 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 clink.
Oh, Seraphim! I didn't see you there. Sorry, I'm just relieving myself.
Okay.
What is up? Why aren't you coming inside?
I just need to think about some things, and have you noticed how we've grown in power lately?
It's hard for me to quantify my prowess because I've always considered myself the strongest person I know, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. I don't know. I guess I feel that this place has made me feel a little bit stronger.
I'm feeling like I'm growing into powers that I've never used before. Sometimes I'm a little bit anxious in finding these new powers and using them. I'm scared it might hurt the people around me.
I must say I can understand how you feel. Like, I went to bed one night and I woke up the following day and all of a sudden I can see 120 feet in the dark. It's very bizarre. And I don't know, I have this urge to call upon these powers, much like you do, which I don't know where it comes from.
Yes. Well, the thing is, I have a feeling that I normally am quite weak. And now I can grow into something of great strength.
Are you clicking a pen, Joby?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's really loud.
Yeah, I said, like, I'm hearing a loud click from you. I was hoping you would notice.
I didn't hear you say that. Sorry.
I thought you whispered me. I'm like, I muted myself. I'm like, okay, but I still hear it.
Play with me tape measure. My 10-foot tape measure. I keep next to the bed.
So as Seraphim says,
normally I'm considering myself weak, and now I feel myself able to grow into something of great strength.
And he says,
I'll take a couple of steps back and I'll show you.
Take a couple of steps.
And you see that his skin turns darker, almost black. He starts growing hair all over his body. And you see his body growing into this huge creature. Literally, game mechanically huge. And you see Seraphim turning into a giant ape.
Seraphim?
And he goes like,
freak!
So he looks at you, like, you see like this like primal energy, and he's trying to control it, and like and he relaxes a bit more again.
Seraphim, pull yourself together.
And you see him like, you see like a smile on this like huge gorilla's face, and like his hands are as large as your body, and he goes like, ugh. He taps you on the head like gently.
Ow.
And he turns back into his Seraphim self. And you see like this smile on Seraphim's face.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that Strahd will be prepared for this.
Wow. I am at a loss for words. That truly is a magnificent power that you seem to possess. I feel like I've been cheated. All I've got is this lightning whip. And I like whip out this arcane like whip. Not as impressive as yours, but yes, maybe someday I will get as powerful as you.
Well, I
am
think
in a bit of an awe in what you can do.
I think actually I could... Yes, I could do the same to you. Or anyone else.
I would prefer that you never do this to me. Like, ever. Others, fine, but please, never do this.
Not even...
No.
On the brink of death?
Even on the brink of death, my body will remain my temple. And my amusement park on the weekends. I will not have it... I will not have it tampered or changed. I am perfection in the eyes of Lathander. He has told me himself. Through Killian.
Seraphim rolls with his eyes.
Through Killian, I have been told I am quite literally the pinnacle of perfection in the eyes of my god. And what are you laughing for? Being serious. It's alright. I am the pinnacle of perfection for my god, and to utter it would be an affront. So please, promise me, you will not change me.
Will not.
Thank you.
I'm very reluctant in using magic on you. I ask beforehand most of the times.
And rest assured, I will endeavor not to stab you with my sword.
Likewise.
Oh, you're being serious?
Maybe not tell everyone yet that this has happened. I think it's better if Strahd has less or fewer reasons.
Thank you.
I believe I understand where you're coming from, and rest assured, your secret is indeed safe with me. I will not tell anyone of this. It is indeed a very, very good tactical advantage we will have on him.
Yes.
He'll be. I can't wait to see the laws that is to come.
Let's join back with the group. I'm feeling good about this. I have a good feeling about being able to control this.
Good. I'm glad that I was here to witness this, and I feel like I've spoken enough now in the last hour or few hours or so that I have in the last couple of months. So.
Yes, you have turned out to be very talkative after your imprisonment in Castle Ravenloft.
I'm quite literally a chatty Cathy, and it has been quite nice to be able to talk to other people again.
Yes, I enjoy it as well.
Okay,
let's go. Gentlemen, to bed.
As you approach the tower, the door is closed. Which one of you is gonna do the dance?
I have never seen you do this, Pax. I'm very curious.
I don't know of this dance. I'll be honest with you, Seraphim. I'm illiterate. I can't read.
Well,
there's not much
for you
reading when it comes to stabby. If I am completely honest.
Good for you. These are all pictures. You only have to reenact whatever the picture is depicting.
I will, of course, give it a go, because I, for one, will do my part. Right. So, is it clockwise, correct?
You just follow the line.
Okay.
It starts...
The DM cannot see your arms.
What do you want me to do? Jesus Christ.
We have to see your body. Yeah.
I mean, right. Okay. Can you see my arms now? Ready?
Yep.
Hang on. I ain't got my glasses on. I can't. Is that it? Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Thank God for that.
The door opens. And again, Seraphim, and also, Bax, you feel like the moment you step through the door, any line that, any connection to your pool of magic, it's severed.
I turn over and look at Seraphim and say, "Stop! Hammer time." And then I walk over to the elevator.
All right.
Terfim looks around him to see if there's anything hammer related.
Well, that's the point. And when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
I just like to know things. What can I say?
And as you walk in, the elevator is down. Are you staying at this floor?
Where's everyone else?
Everyone else is at the top floor.
Go, Seraphim. You go. I will keep watch.
You are going to stay down here?
I believe this will be...
Well,
that's a good point, actually. That's a good point. If we sleep with the lift above, we will know if anyone's approaching because the lift would move down.
And also, this door is magically protected. And the last time Strahd could fly in and out in his bat form, if you were to be down here while he would fly in up there, it would take a long time before you can reach us.
That is true. As the door being magically a magical door, I'm not sure how secure a door is when the instructions to open it is printed on the outside, on the door. We quite literally just used those instructions to get in. So
he cannot enter uninvited. Remember?
But he's already been invited in before, so he's already been inside. So one could say that he's already been invited into this domicile. I don't think he needs to be invited in every time.
Well, in any case, I'd rather have you closer than further away.
I understand. I too would want to be close.
So
up it is.
You guys step on the elevator, I imagine?
Terfim does at least.
I do as well.
All right. And as you step on it, it moves up. The large golems moving the chains down as the elevator goes up. And just as I say, every Sunday, I want to thank you for a lovely session.
It's fucking time already?
And I will see you all next week.
Yay.
Well, enjoy, lads. I'll be going to bed. Later.
I'll see you later,
Alwyn.
Later, Alwyn.
Hi.
Wow, this was a conversation episode.
Indeed it was.
This was a good episode.
Sorry,
yes.
It got away from me a little bit, I'm sorry. It's just so nice to be able to talk to people.
Don't apologize.
It's lovely.
Don't apologize for it.
Why would you apologize for this?
Because sometimes
no
this is
reason.
the game.
Sometimes you
this
feel
is
like,
the game.
Yeah, but sometimes you feel, because there is quite a few of us, and I hate thinking that I'm taking up a lot of the time where other people feel like they're not doing anything. Do you know what I mean? But it is nice to be able to actually have a conversation with people again, you know, and actually interact.
If other people want to be in the conversation, they have to butt into the conversation.
Yeah.
But no, I generally enjoyed the whole experience.
And we had a little bit more of insight into everyone's motivations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy very much.
And I can now chop off bits of Suckid at will and they'll grow back. I mean, what's not to love about it? It's a win-win.
Within the week.
It doesn't matter, does it? Wait, if we chop off his head, would it? I wonder
no, you have to stay with above 1 HP.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be alive the whole week at maximum.
Oh, why have we given it to Suckid then? He dies like literally every day. It seems like a complete waste of time. No offense, my friend, but you do die every fucking day in this game. Since we've been in Barovia, you Sucked has perished once a day, I'm pretty sure.
But the healing is every 10 minutes. The regrowing of limbs is taking a longer time and needs to be over 1 HP.
Yeah, but the HP only comes back after every 10 rounds in combat.
Yeah, but if he's unconscious, he comes up after 10 minutes instead of after a full day.
Oh, so
like there's something good in that as well.
HP still comes back even if he's 0 then?
It doesn't give the limitation, only specifically on the limb growing.